Hello friends, welcome to Hybrid Academy and to the second session of Learn Photography. In this complete course, we will learn how to capture pictures perfectly, and in the second session, we will learn all about camera function and lenses. Here's a small brief on Hybrid Academy imparting professional education. We have a thought to change billions of lives by providing professional education accessibly and affordably, to reskill and upskill the professional level of knowledge, to make continuous learning a part of life, and to make personalized education accessible. We focus on interactive education because it is engaging and better for learning. So please like, share and subscribe our channel so that every time you are notified whenever some new content is posted. We are eagerly looking forward to your support. Thanks. So if we see in detail, in this second session, we will learn all about camera functions, lens types, and will also understand the difference in vision of camera and human eye. After this, in the end, we will summarize everything we have learned and will know what we will learn in the next session. In case if you have any queries or questions, please feel free to ask the same in the comment box. Now let's quickly start with our session. Why learn about camera functions? So to answer this, learning about camera functions will enable us to overcome the lack of understanding on the technical capabilities of our camera. It will also overcome the lack of confidence due to the missing skill or knowledge. And lastly, it will enable us to fulfill the inability to fulfill the creative vision, as we know that the camera is the license to explore. So in this session, we will understand the capabilities of equipment we are using. We will get the confidence to select the right lenses to match our vision or creativity by the end. We will be able to develop our visual awareness skills by understanding all different views we can have of one scene by using different lenses. So let's start with the camera functions. These days, in most of the digital cameras, especially in DSLR, we have a mode selector option from where we can set the mode of the camera we wish to shoot in based on various shooting conditions. Using various modes provide us the flexibility to completely adjust our photograph manually or partially manage the same in conjunction with the brain of the camera. So the very first is the automatic mode. This is the most common and easy to use mode of any camera. This mode automatically adjusts all the parameters, or we can call ingredients of a photograph in terms of exposure, white balance, light metering and sensitivity, etc. Photographs taken in this mode are usually perfect from a perspective but may not suit everyone's creative sense. Next is the program mode. This mode is called the thinking person's auto, as it automatically sets two very important settings of shutter speed and aperture. That is the light metering, and gives the photographer the choice of overriding other default settings. It is called program because it algorithmically picks from a list of predetermined settings based on the amount of light measured by the camera. This mode is best way to take baby steps from breaking out the limitation of auto mode. Next we have is the predefined automatic modes. The camera also provides the convenience of some predefined automatic modes, where the mode tells the camera to automatically adjust the best setting based on the best judgment of various situations like sports or action, landscape, macro or portrait, etc. Next we have is the aperture priority mode. In aperture priority mode, we can manually set the lens aperture while the camera automatically picks the right shutter speed to properly expose the image. Here we have full control over the subject isolation, and we can play with the depth of the field because we can increase or decrease the lens aperture and let the camera do the math on measuring the right shutter speed. If there is too much light, the camera will automatically increase the shutter speed, while if we are in low light environment, the camera will decrease the shutter speed. With this mode, there is almost no risk of having an overexposed or underexposed image. Next we have is the shutter priority or time value mode. In shutter priority mode, we manually set the camera shutter speed and the camera automatically picks the right aperture based on the amount of light that passes through the lens. This shooting mode is intended to be used when motion needs to be frozen or intentionally blurred. If there is too much light, the camera will increase the lens aperture to a higher number, which decreases the amount of light that passes through the lens. If there is not enough light, the camera will decrease the aperture to the lowest number so that more light passes through the lens. Now the last is the manual mode, which is the most important mode available in our digital camera. This mode gives us the flexibility of adjusting each and every function or parameter as per our requirement. In this mode, we can manually set both the aperture and the shutter speed to any value we want. The camera lets us fully take over the exposure controls. This mode is generally used in situations where the camera has a hard time figuring out the correct exposure in extreme lighting situations. Now, when we know about so many different modes available in camera for photography, what mode would you prefer the most? Now moving further, let's have knowledge of lens types, as this will be helpful in many ways to get the best shot based on the situation and output required. Zoom lenses. So the first lens type is the zoom lens. As the name suggests, a zoom lens is a type of camera lens that offers the photographer a useful range of different focal lengths in a single lens. A zoom lens allows for a quick and easy reframing of a scene while staying in the same physical position. Prime lens or fixed lens. A prime lens is one that has just one focal length only. Prime lenses come in wide range of focal lengths, from wide angles through to very longest of telephoto lenses used by many sports photographers. Apart from this, we have some other lens types like standard lenses, wide angle lenses, telephoto lenses, macro lenses, fisheye lenses and super wide angle lenses. These all some way or the other vary in their focal length and frame area to deliver different type of photographs based on the situation they are made for. Now going further, let's understand the components of a lens. So the very first thing we have in any lens is the front lens element. The edge on the side of it has two parts. The inner part has thread for various filters, whereas the external edge has bayonet to attach the lens hood, saving the lens from direct light. Behind that, we have the manual focusing ring, which allows us to adjust the focal length of our picture as per our requirement. The ring is coupled with another ring to adjust the zoom focus based on the distance of the object. Usually, the lenses offer the photographer to set the focus on the object automatically or manually as per the choice with the help of a latch switch on the side. Last element of any lens is the lens mount, using which the lens is mounted upon the camera body or connected to the camera body. After learning so much about the lenses, now let us understand how the camera sees an object in comparison to a normal human eye. Usually from our naked eyes, we get a view of 130 degrees around us. Rest of the areas on the left and right of this 130 degree space are usually not visible to us unless we rotate our neck or start looking at a different angle. This view of 130 degree from human eye is further divided in two parts as in focus and out of focus. So precisely at one view we see the middle 50 degree of space in complete focus, whereas 40 degree view on both left and right side of our main view remains out of focus. So if we look at this picture, it gives us a complete 130 degree view of the landscape. However, if you focus in the center of the image, you will notice that only the middle section of 50 degree is in focus, and both left and right sides of 40 degree each of the image goes out of focus. Similar to this, a standard prime lens captures the image the same way we look at a landscape, keeping the middle 50 degree in focus and the remaining 40 degree is either cropped or is kept out of focus. So this is how the standard prime lens looks at the same landscape which we were viewing from our naked eyes and crops away the out of focus area. This is how the actual image cropped from the completely visible landscape is shot by a 50 mm standard lens. Next comes the wide angle lens. Here, the angle of view is wider than the normal human vision or standard lens, and it captures a view from 50 degree to 83 degree in focus. It has a variable focal length from 18 to 55 mm, in contrast to the fixed focal length of a standard 50 mm lens discussed above. This lens captures a wide area of the same landscape at a lesser focal length. Next is the telephoto lens, which enables the photographer with the flexibility of multiple focal lengths ranging from 14 mm to 300 mm or even 1000 mm or beyond. These lenses provide a great zoom functionality to zoom in a specific section of the landscape. Next is the super wide angle lenses, which provide very less focal length to capture a wide section of the landscape. These lenses usually have a focal length of 14 mm or 18 mm, etc. Finally, the last category of lenses is the fish eye lenses, which offer exceptionally low focal length and extremely wide angle view, due to which the photograph looks creatively in curve, giving a different perspective at all. Here we can see how the same landscape is captured in the curved sides using the fish eye lens. However, just notice that no area of the complete landscape seems to be out of focus due to the curved shape of the capture. Here are a couple of more shots captured by the fish eye lens, and we can very well see the curve effect given by the lens covering a very large scape in the shot. Today in lesson 2, we have learned all about camera functions, lens types, and have also understood the difference in vision of a camera and a human eye. Going forward, we will learn a lot more about photography. Going forward in the next session, we will learn about the motion and depth in a photograph. We will also learn what an aperture is and how to adjust shutter speed as per our photo requirement. Thank you for joining the complete session. Please share and subscribe our channel so that your friends also get benefited with the information, acquire free knowledge, and learn new things. We are eagerly looking forward to your support. Thanks, take care, and stay safe. Hope to see you in the next session.